Good day, Tamers. It is me. Now, product guide. Do you see other YouTubers do this? And I just thought, hey, for whatever reason, Bandai's just thrown out all the information today, and let's just get it over and done with. We've got something coming out this month. We've got something coming out in July. We've got stuff out in August. We've got stuff out in September. We've got stuff out in October. We've got stuff out in November. Yeah, next 6 months is fully listed for us already, which is fantastic. Now, I'm going to say this now. If you've been enjoying the cheap card prices, as in packs, this is going to be the last cheap pack. I'm pretty sure at one point there were 380, and then there were 4, and then there were 420, and then next set they're going to go up to 450, and then the reprint set is going to be 5 because every single card's foil, and then back to Blast Ace they go back down to 450. Yeah, card prices are going up, but to be fair, I've never had an issue with how we have our cards from Bandai. Occasionally they get damaged, as in they're actually physically hit down damaged, but I've never had an issue where they're misprinted in terms of there's a miscut or there's a card and a half. I think I've seen a couple of people say before they've had a couple of ones, but they are very rare for Digimon. But let's go over it. This is out this month, 23rd of June, not long now. That is 3 weeks away? 2 weeks away? 2 weeks away? 2 weeks away? 2 weeks away. So 2 weeks today, this comes out. Packs are 420 each. 74 cards because it's a side set. Lots of commons, some uncommons, some rares, some supers, 2 secrets, and 18 alt arts included in this product. We have got revealed today what the alt art is. So if you're like me, you're probably hoping for the Agu or the Gabu alt art. It would make the set look so much better because you have lots of alts in this set already. These two can be alts. This has an alt. The B has an alt. Now, oh yes, I think about to work. But yeah, Ultra S now has a additional alt, which I don't really like too much. It's the silvering. I know it's gonna be a full hollow card and hopefully textured, where you actually get the glass cracking behind it. But personally, I'm not a massive fan. I really do like the other alt arts because it's essentially this alt art, but with the night sky kind of thing in the background, or the digital sky in the background. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. I want to just have it on a proper exclusive, not like a half exclusive, which I don't know. It feels bad. Then we get access to BT13 versus Royal Knights. Those of you who don't know, this is going to be out apparently the last week of July. So normally that's how we get that set. Like our set BT5 was that. BT9 was that. It's always the end of July, beginning of August, depending on how it lands. Yeah, as you can see, price has gone up for this set, and it's going to be the new price as of now. So possibly expect cards to be more expensive in the future. But it's a cool set. We know that all the Royal Knights have alt arts. They do look quite cool. They have that they actually have the gold alt art, which I don't necessarily dislike in this one because it makes sense because it's the whole mosaic piece. As well as a few other alt art cards in this set. I think it's the blast modes, and the blast modes get an alternate art as well. So they get an alternate art. Not much to say really. We'll get some reveals this probably just after we finish getting the alts for alternate beans, if not probably the first week of July. Just gotta remember that Bandai has this weird thing where the set will release and then they'll start releasing the alt art images. Although to be fair, they've been churning out the current product run for alternate bean, so there's a good chance actually we might do what the Japan does, which is hey, we've got 2 weeks left. Let's do alt arts next couple of weeks, and then we can hopefully get into this basically the day after alternate beans drops. Because yes, so basically a month in between. Alternate bean doesn't really add much to the decks besides I think shine, and gives Galakmon some new toys to play with that it didn't have before. Most other things just don't get much to play with. There's the new Rave deck, which is pretty good, and it does kind of add on to this as well. But yeah, no contents for this just yet, but we do know what we're going to get kind of through Japan. New card sleeves are coming out in August. So for those who don't know or don't remember, we was originally going to get the reprint set, or the not reprint part of the set in August. We're going to have our own small set, which is going to be better for us. The issue was a lot of people was actually no, we want the reprints. Which, if you're newer to the card game, you're having issues trying to get a hold of some of the older cards. I understand that's really important for you guys to get them, and that's perfectly fine to have that opinion and wanting that. As someone who wants to play the decks from this one, the small decks, I'm not looking forward to trying to get the secrets out of this now, because they're hard to get in Japan, like people were saying, like they weren't even getting like one per case. Like that's how hard they are to get. So, but in August instead, we get these sleeves. We get the matte and the tie. These make sense. Obviously, we know what structure checks we're getting. We are getting a black and a purple Wargreymon and Metal Grumon, as well as getting new stuff in BT14 and BT15, or at least presumed to be BT15. Logomon, we got its first cards outside the promo, I think we had, in BT14, and then we have the Musketeers, which I'm not sure why we get the art looks fantastic for the card sleeves, but I'm not sure why we're getting them, unless we're getting EX5 and we're getting stuff in EX5 for that. Maybe, or maybe in BT15 we'll get like a couple of like new cards. Just seems strange that we're getting them because they haven't been relevant since like BT6 ish, BT7. I don't know. The standard art for the sleeves look fantastic. The updated Resurgence booster, which makes more sense that it's RB for us over here. Yeah, it's $5 a pack. This is because every single card is going to be foil. So, you know, they got to charge a premium here. We are still getting, I believe, 12 cards per pack, which is, you know, what you want. As you can see, lots of rares in this. 7 types of secrets, because you get the 6 secrets, and then you get the secret rare from the middle set. Yeah, as I said before, this is going to be really awkward to get hold of, like, the one that you need. That's going to be the main problem here, unfortunately. Trying to get hold of, like, the deck. The deck isn't even that good, to be fair, but it's the fact that you want to have it to get hold of and play with it is going to make this card awkward to get hold of. Just some of the older cards, I think it's up to BT6 or BT5. So some of those cold cards that we still use now that are in foil, fantastic. I want the one Blossomon in foil. I think that's about all I want from this set. To be fair, I have everything else that I need. I can think of. Maybe I can go through and have a look what I need in foil. But I think for the most part, I have everything that I need. I don't need the supers. I don't need any of the secrets besides the one that's new for this set, and then possibly the supers that are actually in the set itself. And then promotional, we don't get the alternate arts in this set. We're getting them down the line, and we don't get the security rookies either. So it's very weird that people like demanded this set because it's kind of a hot garbage set if you ask me personally. But again, if you need stuff from it, and like it makes sense that you go down to your locals, you support your locals, and you buy what you need, fair play to you. Like that's what you need to do. Starter deck Dragon of Courage, the Black Wargreymon, the first Ace cards. They are coming in October, which means they are doing what they were doing with Japan, which means we are actually getting separate products. Thank the Jesus, because I don't know about you guys, I liked having these like split metas where we get these cards that are kind of cool for a little bit, and you get like a month of them before like they get the main set, and then like everything changes for all the other decks too. It's gonna be interesting to see how this just works. Like, because if we have any tournaments during like end of October, beginning of November before BT14 comes out, it's going to be nice to see like some people bring these cards and be like, hey, look, I've made this deck, and it's not the greatest deck in the world, but it's fun. And that's the main part. Fun is fun. Having the Blast Evolution as a cool card, the ace of the card, is going to be cool. Interesting that we actually get the mechanic for a little bit. And personally speaking, I don't think the deck is bad. It's just if you've been reading the cards from the deck itself, it's very much a Machine Dramon pile of cards. A lot of it's cyborgs, machines, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think it's really weird that they've decided to make this a Wargreymon deck. Probably only because they didn't know what else to make this, because they wanted to probably do Guru, and they knew they wanted to do Guru. It's like, yeah, we'll just do a Wargreymon in black and we'll just make it work, right? Which it does, but yeah, it's mostly for me personally a Machine Dramon deck, like core, and then Wargreymon is like the top card instead. But, to each their own, makes sense, I understand. Now, on the other side of things, we've got the starter deck, War for Friendship. This deck isn't bad. Like, this deck is really cool. It's got some decent interactions. It's power crept its own old deck, the old purple deck that it had. And like some of the other cards that it's using the old purple deck. It makes sense that this is essentially like a revamp from the old deck. The the Wargreymon in black doesn't really make as much sense. But this is really cool. And I'm sure Catherine's going to just like go crazy and beat the life out of me with this deck constantly for like a month and a half. Do I like the deck? I think it's interesting. I do like the idea of it. I do like the mechanics of it, and I think it's quite interesting. But we'll see how it goes from there. And yeah, rumor has it though we might be getting the cups again. So like we had the BLZ Cup. We might be getting the Wolf and Dragon Cup for these. So we get ourselves like the pre-release stuff. If that's the case, that's really cool and actually quite interesting because some of the cards that you might want to get, like especially for the other deck, you want to bling out your Machinimon, because Machinimon's got a hell of a lot of cards that you can alter in that deck. Yeah, go for it. Make your deck look pretty awesome, personally speaking. We've got one more product for today, and that is Blast Ace. Blast Ace is our first set that we have like the extra Ace cards in there. So we know what they are already. It's going to be Metal Greymon, Zudamon, Lilymon, and Magna Angemon. If you haven't watched the channel recently, I do a lot of reveals for like the Japanese stuff. Do go back and have a look at the cards if you want to look and see what's going on. This set looks crazy. Like all the rookies have got, they're all SRs. They're all good in their own way. Gomon makes Aquadex really cool. Abamon makes Digivolving up even cheaper and like quicker and faster. Palmon is just crazy. And essentially, it's all about getting up and getting your Tamers at the same time as you go up. It's nuts. The Magna is essentially the old Magna, except it's on play effect. It's on play and Digivolving. So when you just Digivolve for 0, you just get to recover, which is really good. And if it's on your turn as well, activate the new TK to gain a memory. Like they've thought about this really well. They've basically gone back. They've gone back to basics and they made it look really good, and they've done a fantastic job of it. We're still missing a few cards from this set, so we're still missing like the other secret rare. We're still missing like a couple of the options. We're still missing like a couple of like, the high levels and the low level purple and black cards. We're missing one red card, which we presume is going to be a Greymon. But no, this set looks really cool, and it's possibly going to be our world set. That's the other thing for us. If we don't get BT15 before February, so if we don't get it at the end of January, because this comes out in November, so there's a good chance we'll get it end of February, which means it will be our World Championship set rather than our World set. Blast Ace could be the set we have to take to Worlds, finals, which is going to be interesting. I like the idea of it. I think Blast Ace is a really cool mechanic. Hand traps that aren't really too effective, essentially. It's just that you go up into a higher level, so you get like a turn ahead again. No, I quite like it. I think the idea is there, and I think it's interesting. But that is everything besides the premium banner stuff. I'm not going to do the premium banner stuff because it's its own date, and then sometimes they push it back because they're having issues with shipping, which makes sense. But these are what we're going to get officially from Bandai for everyone who can essentially get into the card game. So, what are you guys looking forward to? Leave a comment. Let me know down below what you guys are looking forward to. Speaking, I love alternate beans. I love the Royal Knight set. I'm not massively too interested in like the reprint set because I don't need stuff. And I'm looking forward to Blast Ace, which is a new mechanic. So yeah, like next 6 months, I'm pretty happy for like most of the things, and the card sleeves look fantastic too. So with that, peace out, guys. See you tomorrow if there's more news, and have a fantastic night and a good weekend. Peace out. Bye.